have one in mind too. I know somewhere it wasn't.
Sure, Sharon.
Who's a real journalist, a blogger or an Irving employee?
The Irving employee. Why do you ask?
Why would you say that now?
But of course.
Charles and Bob, like the Three Musketeers.
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
That's a bad tree.
What do you think of the democracy system we have?
Well, I don't think that in a democracy we should have people turning on their camera without telling the victims what you're doing.
No, but the victims are getting older.
Well,
so we want to take advantage of the victim. I noticed you couldn't stand still there.
Well, I enjoy taking pictures of this historic moment. And of course, the famille Leblanc are here in large numbers today, I understand. The numbers are 2.
C'est bon.
Yeah, c'est bon.
What do you think of Mr. Trump?
I think he's a wonderful man. I think he's going to have a long term, and I hope he's good to Canada.
How did he get there?
Well, he got there through the democratic process, and the same as most democratic countries. I think he will do well.
Is it because the government these days don't listen to the little guy?
I think in part that they're looking for governments who want to listen more to the people, and that's a worldwide trend. So I think that's healthy, but we'll see.
As a former mayor of St. John, what do you think of what's going on in St. John? You think St. John is going to grow, or is it going to go backward? Or I mean, there's a lot of. It's not like the shipyard days and when the city was booming with unions and everything. It's a different world now.
I think that St. John has waited a very long time. I think we may be on the verge of a major and upward swing. I'm very positive about the way things are, and I think that before too long, if the pipeline goes through or some other major installation, I think St. John will once again be at the forefront of development here in the province of Nouveau Brunswick.
How about our premier? Got an opinion on that?
Oh, I think he's a wonderful man. I just wish that the people that work around him were more careful about the details.
Like the property tax?
Well, the property tax would be a prime example of something that was done by the people around him, and they should have discovered it, and I think it will be corrected. And from the early returns of people that are getting adjustments, there are positive changes, and how widespread it can be before they get it all done, I'm not sure.
What do you think Elsie Wayne is going to be remembered?
I think she will be long remembered as one of the most outspoken women candidates, and her time in office gave her plenty of opportunity to polish her speaking, which she developed by calling into the talk shows on the radio
CFBC?
CFBC,
Talk of a Town?
the CBC. Many years of talking to the reporters polished her. You had
a history.
Yes, she was a counselor on one of the my terms, and always a spicy woman. She was original, a good sense of humor, and she will be long remembered.
How come everything is all positive with you today? How come I can't get no negative feedback from you?
The sun is shining, and I would think with some of the things that are going on in the province, I noticed that the employment rates are starting to ease up again. It's a good time of year when there's a lot of construction going on, homes and repairs and things of that sort. Collectively, I think that if a major project comes to St. John, as I think it will, I think St. John will welcome it and go on to greater things.
And Tom Young is gone.
Tom Young is gone and will always be remembered. Very outspoken. I think he's a unique broadcaster, and I think he was the finest example of the radio community in St. John. And you see, when Tommy first came here, I don't think that the CBC was active at that time. But shortly after he came here. Anyway, it was a wonderful community. The radio was a far more active medium than it.
How come we don't have no more talk shows? How come we don't have no more talk shows that people could call in, voice their opinion? Well, it's so quiet.
I think
the Irvings own all the newspapers. The only thing you have is bloggers, and you don't even acknowledge them as journalists.
Well, I recognize, Monsieur LeBlanc, that your crusade against the Irvings is alive and well in your person. However, I think, as I have said on your program before, Mr. LeBlanc, I know what kind of a town it would be if the Irvings weren't here. It would be a ghost town.
Yeah. But what about the talk shows? How come we don't have no more talk shows?
I don't know.
So, hey, you did very good. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Always a pleasure.